several years ago. And his name is A.G. Gaston. And A.G. stands for, I think it stands for Arthur Gaston. Let's see, Arthur, I got it right here, I got it wrote down. But I get to that. Arthur George Gaston. Y'all ever heard of him before? Anybody ever heard of him before? Okay.
I got somebody victory at home. Instigate him, so I feel leave it like that.
My aunt called a few years ago, Brother David, and asked us did we know A.G. Gaston. And of course, my answer was I didn't know. But they had him featured in Jet magazine, Sister Johnson, a few years ago, because he deceased. And they were talking about all his accomplishments. Now listen to this. Is that who was A.G. Gaston? Who was Arthur George Gaston? He was a wealthy businessman and civil rights activist. He was born July the 4th, Independence Day, 1892, in Decapolis, Alabama, to Tom and Rose McDonald Gaston, Gaston. He was raised by former slave grandparents, Joseph and Idell Gaston. In 1905, Arthur George Gaston moved to Birmingham, Alabama, where he attended the Tuskegee Institution for Black Children. In 1910, he joined the Army, and during World War II, he served overseas in France. After his honorable discharge from the military, Gaston worked for Tennessee Coal and Iron Company in Fairfield, Alabama. While employed at the mine, Gaston became that word, entrepreneur. Is that right?
Entrepreneur.
What does that mean? He became a businessman. Entrepreneurship means he became a businessman. Selling meals and affordable burial insurance to the black community. Y'all know what burial insurance means, don't you? I mean, one day you're going to have to pay up. Listen, it's like in the 1930s, he opened an insurance company. This is a black man, y'all, okay? This is what black folks can do. You put your mind to it. Even folks that's akin to you, you know, or even you for that matter. Is that he opened an insurance company and a funeral home across from Kelly Ingram Park in downtown Birmingham. How many young people can tell me what else happened in Birmingham during the the marches and stuff like that? With Dr. King, and what else happened in Birmingham down on 16th Street? They blew up a church. The Ku Klux Klan blew up a church and killed 4 black girls. 4 black girls. So at times, young people, we weren't able to stay in Hilton Hotel when we traveled. At times, we were not able to eat at Dennis and McDonald's and other restaurants when we traveled. Because they had black-owned restaurants and they had white-owned restaurants. Even though the black women and the black people was better cooks, they had cooking for them, but they did not have, and they would not have us eating in their white-only restaurants. It's sad we can cook for them, but we could not eat in their restaurants. As his insurance business grew, he diversified his financial service by opening the state-only black-owned saving and loan company in the early 1950s. In other words, he opened up a bank. A.G. Gaston. I wish I would have known the bank. Well, I got some of that money. I get it. Then it goes that his business also sponsored black cultural events and even formed a black quartet that performed on the national first African American radio program in 1954. Gaston opened A.G. Gaston Motel. He opened a motel. This man, Brother Mike, was smart, and he knew what to do with his money. And not only that, y'all, can I tell you something? He employed black people. Y'all hear me? These are things that can happen if you put your mind to it and get your mind off this other stuff that ain't gonna get you nowhere but nowhere.
That's the truth.
He opened up a motel near his other business to welcome black visitors, turned away from hotel that practiced the Jim Crow law. And what was, young people, what was the Jim Crow law? What was the Jim Crow law? Can anybody tell me? Baby, you have to move for me. Move to the second seat. What was the Jim Crow law about? Okay, Aldo, you can help me.
Was it where the black couldn't eat and drink and go to their cafes and things, stores and things?
You on it, but they got a word that's over the S. Segregation. Segregation. But Mother Gallagher was on it, but she didn't put in word. Segregation. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all are allowing them to segregate y'all even today. Because of your behavior, because of your attitudes. They would rather sit you in an isolated classroom than deal with you. It's sad. I know because I'm at that school just about every week. And we are doing it to ourselves. We'll go up in there and we'll cuss the teacher out. And then once you cut the teacher out, you go home and tell your side of the story, and then your mama come out there and cuss him out. That's sad. That's crazy. Well, I got just a little bit about it. So Jim Crow was a certain, it is before the close of the decade, he employed the largest number of African Americans in the state of Alabama. And he had become one of the wealthiest African Americans in the United States of America. Listen, because A.G. Gaston became the wealthiest and the richest black man in Alabama. It ain't no joke, it's in the book, it's in the history books.
I got the book.
During the early years of the modern civil rights movement, Gaston effectively maneuvered quickly behind the scenes to support civil rights activists. He offered to donate money to the legal term of offering Lucy, an African American, who in 1955, when Alabama, in 1956, no, 1955, in 1955, had filed a lawsuit to integrate the graduate school in the University of Alabama. He also gave financial assistance to Tuskegee activists forced out of their homes because because they challenge voting discrimination. Folks, y'all just don't know where we come from. And you just don't know who all helped us to get to where we have gotten today. Whoever known A.G. Gaston, my apparent cousin, they said, that was my aunt in Kansas City. My aunt in Kansas City, she ran it back. And she found out that it's legit that we kin to this man and that he was killing us. So like I said, now he's deceased. But look here, this is the last thing I want. It said, in 1956, when Birmingham civil rights activist Reverend Fred Shuttleworth founded the Alabama Christian Movement of Human Rights, the organization held its initial meeting at Gaston downtown office. Gaston also allowed activists to lodge at his hotel and meet there to plan campaigns.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, thank God for people that saw the whole picture.
That's right.
And not just some of the picture. Listen to what it says. During the 1963 Birmingham demonstration at Kelly Ingram Park, Gaston used his financial resources to bail out listen, this is something that I didn't even know until I read this right here. I didn't know until I read this right here, but I know it now. And y'all listen to this, I'm gonna say it good.
Yeah.
He used his financial resources to bail out of jail Martin Luther King Jr. Now, who was Martin Luther King Jr.? I'm going to ask a question. Some young people, some young person going to win $10 today.
Martin King Jr.
And others incarcerated activists. When Gaston died at age, listen, he lived a long time. When Gaston died at the age of 103,
What did you say?
on January 19, 1996, he had left behind the Booker T. Washington Insurance Company. He left behind the A.G. Gaston Construction Company, the A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club, and CFS Banshare, the nation's second largest black-owned bank. A.G. Gaston, a black man that I have ties to, and I'm proud to say that I do.
Pick up that room off the floor.
Young people, now here's the question. Now here's the $10 question. What was the name of the last church that Martin Luther King?
Mason too.
How are you, Brother Gordon?
There's a lot.
He's a young people.
I didn't say young people didn't. Yeah. I didn't say how young did. Come on, Brother Gordon. You said you got it.
It's not there.
Baby, listen. Y'all listen. I know what she's saying. She's sweet.
Life is not fair.
But this is the thing. Most of all of us have gone to school, and we all would have known that if we went to history. And just like anybody else, you had opportunity to raise your hand first